Good morning. What I wanted to do today was teach you about an online source called Repl.it. The URL for this site is repl.it. It's pronounced Repl.it, although some people say Repl.it, which sounds weird. And basically what this does is this gives us an online IDE that you can use. There are a couple cool things about Repl.it. First of all, it allows you to collaborate with others, which is great for peer coding if you're coding together, group projects if you're trying to help each other out on something. That is a great way to do that. Another great thing about this is there are many Repl.its that have pre-set up code bases, and that's what we're going to be using Repl.it for. A third reason why I wanted to share this with you guys is I know that a few of you have shared with me that your home coding environments aren't the best, and you've relied on the school computer labs to do your Java coding. And if the computer labs aren't accessible to you, then that kind of stresses you out. And the nice thing about this source is it allows you to do your Java coding on the computer, on an iPad, on a phone. You can really code anywhere that you have an internet connection, which is pretty awesome. So first you're going to go ahead and you're going to create an account. Now I already have an account, so I'm just going to go to login. And you can do this with your school account. Go ahead and log in. And then once you log in, there are a couple things that you're going to see. So first of all, you can import code from GitHub, those of you that use Git. You can create a new Repl.it for a project or a code base or whatever you want to do. If you click on My Repls, this would be all of the projects you've created so far. So if I were to click on this, for example, I'm going to see some different things that I set up, and one area that you'll see is a class demo that I created. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you how this demo works, and then I will create a new REPL with you and show you how you would create your own code base. So when I click on class demo, and I apologize for my scratchy voice, trust me, this is a huge improvement over how it sounded a few days ago. What you'll see here is you'll see a couple different things. In this middle panel, this is where you can code. On the left, this is your file tree. And over here on the right, this is the code, how it looks after you run your code. So to run your code, you just press 1. And we'll see that my code, when it runs, is going to have two different output statements. And so we see the hello 359, I miss you so much. And then we see this code right here where I created a new object. Now you might be wondering, well, what is my student code? Well, if we click over here, we can double click on student.java and we can see another Java file. And here is just where I typed another Java code. So I have my class, I have my private instance variables, I have my constructor, I have my getter, and I have a toString. Now, let's say I wanted to add another method called haveBirthday. I can just start typing. So public void haveBirthday. And if we think about what this would do, a birthday would increase the age by 1. So I'm going to go ahead and increase the age by 1. And you'll see up here this auto save feature. This is similar to how Google Docs works, where it's always saving your code as you're typing, which is another bonus for those of us that have had somebody accidentally kick the cord in class. You'll notice that there is code completion in here. So if I say system.out, type much, .out.println, and this is a feature that you can actually turn off if you don't like code completion. So I'm just going to print happy birthday, and then I'm going to input the student's name here. So happy birthday, Riley. And then again, it's saving. And so now if I go back into my main.java code, I can go ahead and so here I've printed them. This calls the toString. Then I can say s.haveBirthday, and then I can print the student again. And so now if I run my code, I can see that she had a birthday and that now she's 11 years old. Now looking at my output, I see that I have an additional space before my comma, which I don't need. So I can go back into my student code and I can take that out in my toString so that way it looks better. And then come over here and rerun it. And now I like how it looks. So this is just a nice environment for you doing your coding. Okay, so now let's say you're like, all right, that's great, but I want to make my own project. Now, a couple of things I want to point out to you. So first of all, I want you to notice that this project that kind of runs my code, my driver, is always called main. Now, we're used to seeing main with a lowercase m is our method name, okay? However, in Repl.it, it requires the driver program to be called main with a capital M. And this is not something that I want you to start doing any clips. This is not like some cool programmer thing that I've been hiding from you. It's just the way that Repl.it works. So when you create a new REPL, and I'm just going to say I'm going to pick my language. So you'll notice here that we have a lot of languages that we can pick from. And it sounds like my children are coming downstairs. If you can hear the elephants in the room, that's just their loud. That's just their loud feet. You heard that? Yeah. Well, we can all hear your feet, Brayden. Okay, so we're gonna click on Java, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give it a name. So I'm just going to say March 30th demo, and then I'm making it public, and I'm gonna say create Repl.it. All right. So now if I come over here, I'm going to see that my main file was set up for me, and then I have that default hello world line that is going to print for us. Hold on just a minute. Hey guys, I'm working. Zip it or go in the basement. Sorry, welcome to my life. Okay, so now let's say you're like, okay, well, student was a cool class, but I want to make my own class. So we can say add a file, and just like our typical naming conventions, we're going to call the name of the file the same name of the class. So let's say we wanted to call this a food class. I'm going to say food.java, and then now I can say public class food, and then I can say private double cost and private string name, and then I'll have my constructor. So we have double cost and string name, and then just this dot cost equals cost, this dot name equals name, and then let's just go ahead and make our two strings. So public string to string, and then we will return name, costs, and then the cost. And we'll put in a $sign. Alrighty, so now I've gone ahead and I've just created a basic class, and so now in my main code, I can go in here and I can say food f equals new food, and I will say, I think I put in, what did I put first, cost or name? I put cost first, but to be honest, that doesn't really make sense to me. I'm going to switch this around and put the name first because I just feel like that makes more sense. Okay, so I've got name and cost. Come back over here to main.java. So new food, and I'm going to say ice cream because who doesn't love ice cream, and $2.99. And then I will print my food. I'd rather eat my food, but I guess we can't all have what we want. And it is 10:30 in the morning, so okay. And there we are. So hello world, ice cream costs $2.99. All right, so that's our quick little demo into Repl.it. And next week, we're going to be using Repl.it to practice our FRQ problems. And I will post another quick video on that at that time. All right, I miss you guys, and I hope all is going well. Thank you.